I'll abstain. I missed that meeting.
Okay. Wardens, you guys have anything that you see that you don't agree with?
I'm okay with the minutes.
Okay. And Chief, you okay with them?
I am high spotted, no issues or no concerns.
Okay. Need a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from December 9th, 2020.
All right. Need a second?
I can second it.
All righty. Alexa, you have that, right?
Yes, I do. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's just start on the new business. The town of Summers, I believe we're reaching out to them. I haven't heard anything yet, so I was just wondering if the deputy mayor has heard anything. Hi, Nick. So, I guess with closing of Northern, I guess they're starting to dissipate also, the town. So let's see what becomes of that. Maybe when if the deputy mayor joins us, she may have some update on that. And let's see. Agenda. For new business, Nick, how you doing? Just wondering, can you give us an update on the Northern closing? We're hearing bits and pieces of that.
What are you, all right, so what do you need to know?
Is it true that they're closing? If so, do you guys have a date?
Yes, they're closing. Everything should be wrapped up by July 1st.
July 1st.
By June 30th, that facility should be closed down. There should be no inmates. We should have no offenders in that building. So that population is going to be spread out. Right now, it's still yet to be determined, but it's going to be at one of our level 4 facilities.
What's your count there as of today?
As of today, not accurate, maybe about 72.
72?
Yeah, but we have AS. We have a AS phase 2 overflow there. AS phase 1 special circumstances, which formerly were death row inmates. Let me see. AS phase 1 special circumstances. SRG right now, phase 1, and AS phase 2 overflow right now. Yeah, so by June 30th, we should be done. That place should be wrapped up.
Okay. All right. Any questions anybody has on that?
Yeah, are there any within the prison system that is in Enfield? Are there any prisoners from out of state?
In Enfield?
Yeah.
Or at Northern?
Oh, Enfield and Summers, Northern, Osborne.
What do you mean, like wow, that's interstate. I'm gonna say, you know what we do. I'm gonna speak. I know we have an offender currently at Osborne that he's from England. Currently, to my knowledge, we might have maybe one or two through maybe just in that infill location, but I don't have the specific number right now. I mean, that's an odd question that's come up in the
Well, one of the reasons I ask is because around the country there's been prisoners that have been sent to other states for various reasons. Some of them are the nonprofit prisons and such. So I was just curious.
So we do. I mean, the state of Connecticut does have an interstate compact agreement with maybe 27 other states across the country. We do have some scattered throughout the state. Again, maybe I'm going to say just in the Enfield area, I'm going to say maybe a half a dozen, if that. But I know of 3 that I could reference.
Okay.
But I don't have a total number, a fixed number that I could give you.
Any idea why? Why do they bring prisoners from out of state?
So what we do, we trade. So say for instance, we might have a high profile offender in our jurisdiction that we want to trade. So sometimes another state might have a high profile offender. So in order just to change the geographic location, we swap them out. We might have. So if we have a high profile offender here that we think might be dangerous to staff or to the community, we'll send them maybe across the country and we'll take one of theirs.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry. Anyone else?
Did we lose you, Nelson?
I think, no, he's still there.
I see him twice. Oh,
He's
no,
show-
no, never mind. That's Nick and Nelson. All right.
Nelson is there. He's showing up.
He took my.
Yeah, I only see initials, that's why.
Now there he is again, but he's muted. Just popped up that he was leaving. They must have had an issue. He's got to come back.
Nelson's having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Do we know when we can go back to in-person meetings? I know the town council and them are.
Town Council and Board of Education have in-person. However, to my knowledge, those are the only in-person meetings that the town is having.
So hopefully maybe by June meeting or something like that, we can go back.
Possibly. Sooner the better.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Regards to the facilities up north.
Well, I'll go over a couple of subjects here while we're waiting for Nelson.
Okay.
And Alexis can maybe fill them in at some point. COVID-19 update. I understand from, I think, the media that we've had one death in the last 3 months.
With related to
COVID-19.
I believe, yes, we've had. And a total, I mean, all that information is on the DLC website. We've had a total of, I believe, let me think, maybe about, I don't even want to give a number. I know it was maybe about between 9, maybe, offenders that passed away, COVID-related deaths.
Okay.
I don't have the actual, that information's on the website. We haven't had, there has not been any fatalities as a result of the vaccine. That I could tell you. Positivity rate throughout our facilities is very low for both staff and the offender population.
Okay.
We have strict guidelines or strict cleaning guidelines, sanitation guidelines that we're following. Our staff are following compliance with our mask compliance as well. Staff have done a great job in curbing the infection rate.
Good. Good to hear.
So I had a question on that. Obviously, everybody has the vaccine, but as you get new inmates coming in, then you do them as they come in?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Report of population counts. I'm not sure where to start. Carl Robinson, I guess, will start.
Our count currently as of this morning is 773.
What was that number again, please?
773?
773. And Enfield is closed. Willard,
Tybolski's count is 317.
again, I didn't get that.
317?
317. Okay. Last meeting, December, Warden Garcia mentioned about this First Amendment thing.
Yes, sir. That was with regards to the First Amendment audit that 2 individuals had conducted at the Willard building.
You haven't had any activity since then, right?
I'll defer to Deputy Warden Muckman, who's on the line. To my knowledge, they have not.
Yeah, okay. I'm not as organized as Nelson, so give me a second here. All right, I'm skipping some items on the agenda because I don't have any information. So we'll go on to review of significant incidents or policy changes at the prisons, other than the potential closure of Northern. Has there been any incidents that are of note? Policy changes?
No, I mean, no major incidences. Yeah, nothing really. The only policy thing, or not so much of a policy, something that we've implemented is the virtual visit, which has been very, very successful and very welcomed by the families and the offender population as well. It's helped bridge that gap, that connection, since they haven't been able to visit the offenders since COVID. That's the only major thing that we have. Also, something that with the courts, video court hearings also have increased as well, which is also good because it reduces the transportation of an offender outside the facility.
Okay.
Besides that, nothing major. Nothing major.
I think at the last meeting, there was discussion about the number of computers that were available for the virtual visits. Has that number been increased?
Well, depending on the facility, whatever the facility could support.
Okay.
You know, some facilities might have 8, some facilities might have 24. It depends on what the facility and the location of the area could support.
Gotcha. As Nantucket Community College status, that's still in suspension, or are you still holding classes at the prison?
Yes, we do have the Pell Grant still going on at the facilities throughout the state.
Okay.
As
Nothing.
Nantucket is still suspended, though, we're not looking at restarting that anytime soon. But there are still higher education programs being conducted at several of our facilities.
All right, is that, obviously that's part of it's because of COVID, but if COVID was to, if you were to be released to go ahead and you know, outside of COVID, if COVID was over, will some of the prisoners be allowed to start as Nantucket? Or is that policy still?
Yeah, the policy still stands.
Okay.
It was changed obviously after the walk away. It is still very restricted.
Okay.
However, that's something that the executive team would have to determine.
All right, so that's still in the works. Any update on the closing of Enfield Correctional? That's still empty and being maintained as a potential?
No, no, it's still empty. It's a training site where we conduct our cadet COPAT training.
Okay.
There's no expectations of opening that up or no plans of that being open and utilized again right now.
Okay. Obviously, because Deputy Mayor Swezak is not here, there's no update on Summers joining the prison liaison meetings. As was mentioned earlier, because Northern's being closed, the prisons that are physically in Summers are dwindling.
I'm back.
Nelson, I've been going over some of the old
Thank you.
business.
Yeah.
I went over to COVID-19. I don't know about recruitment of new committee members. Do you have any information on that?
Oh, apparently we do not have any vacancy. So
Okay.
I asked Maya to take that off of there, so she didn't.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no update on the COVID-19. There's information on the DOC website about COVID-19. Report of population counts, call Robinson 773, Willard 317. And we come down to the report of committee chairman. You have anything to report?
I have nothing to report.
Significant incidents. It was reported that there was none, nor are there any policy changes.
Oh, you guys been doing nothing up there?
No, but with the exception of the virtual visits, nothing major.
You guys got visits going on again?
Virtual.
We have virtual visits. We have virtual visits, and depending on the facility of being in person but non-contact.
Got it. And how are you guys making out with the vaccinating the staff? Are you guys still under the federal guidelines where you go by age, or are you guys doing it because of your status? Are you
No,
guys?
we do it because of the 1A status.
Okay. All right. And as far as the is Nantucket College, that's not coming back?
Same as before, Nelson.
Yeah. Any update on Enfield Correctional, on what you guys plan to do with the building?
They're doing training. That's it.
Alrighty. All right. And then how about the Everbridge?
Sorry, Nelson, I didn't hear you.
The Everbridge system, where are we with that?
I'll have to defer to Chief Fox. He was to have a meeting.
I can share with you that we spoke with DOC
Yeah.
We explained to them their ability to access the CT Alert Everbridge system. They were receptive. They would either activate it themselves or they would go through Troop H as they needed to. My broader stance kind of remains unchanged. Please know that for the town of Enfield, as a redundant measure, if you will, that in the event that there was a concern that addressed public safety for Enfield, we too would likely put out that Everbridge message. My concern last time was simply that I didn't think that we should be the primary, if you will, for a DOC event. And in our conversations, they were receptive.
Thank you, Chief. Was there any discussion on what circumstances would kick off a notification from the prisons or Troop H?
I would frankly think I would need to defer to DOC on that. That was frankly another one of the reasons why I wasn't sure prudent that I take that responsibility on Enfield's shoulders, because of the possibility that DOC could be doing something that either didn't reach my attention or miscommunication about what the community considered important versus DOC. So the short answer is no, I didn't reach that with them. I was just trying to point them in the direction of this as an asset that was available to them.
Okay, I agree 100%. You shouldn't, EPD should not be the primary. Absolutely not. Because you can miss communication. You know, something that was happening may be miscommunicated to Enfield Police and you've got a mess. So I agree completely. This should be a DOC thing. What really disturbs me, the more I think about it, is like about 6 years ago, we had a gentleman in the meeting talking about use of the Everbridge system. They did a test, and then at some point the Everbridge system went away, according to our last meeting. What disturbs me is, why was nothing ever said? Why didn't somebody say, hey, we're not going to use the Everbridge system? You know, so fortunately, we only had what, 1 or 2 instances of an escape.
Yeah, there was 2 of those. 2. Yeah.
You know, and if it wasn't for Enfield Police, we would never know. And we would never know the level. You know, were these escapes, were they dangerous? Was the public in danger? We don't know. So that's really disturbing. But why was nothing said? You know, I don't know that question can be answered, but it is a disturbing thing. I'd hate to think what's going to happen the next time.
Could be answered. They just choose probably to forget about it, is what it comes down to.
How possibly?
I think rest assured that if something happens in the community, we will definitely be alerted. I'm real confident with that. I know DOC has a good policy as far as reaching out to the law enforcement and makes it out to the community. And again, it'll fall on the chief eventually if it's our community that needs to be alerted. That's what it's going to come down to.
Well, the primary needs to be DOC, period.
Yeah,
and you know, and Enfield Police definitely are secondary, and I know that they're going to assist in any way they can.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you know, if you're going through 2-3 parties, you don't know if the information is good, bad, partial, you don't know. So it has to come directly from DOC.
Well, I think on this one here, the country's starting to open up a little bit more. We're starting to see people. I think we need to have a sit-down meeting with the mayor, deputy mayor, and a few members of the committee to get to the bottom of this, to put this to rest, so to speak, once and for all. Exactly what we had in place before and why it changed, and we weren't notified. So
yeah, I agree. Did you want to head that up, Nelson?
Yep, absolutely, I will.
All right, and I'm willing to participate.
Oh no, you will participate.
Oh, okay. No, I'm happy to talk to anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
They may
Absolutely.
not like what they hear, but I'm willing to talk to anybody.
That's okay. I mean, it is what it is. You know? All right,
Well, if nothing else, it may clear up some misconceptions that some of us might have,
yes.
you know, and I'm all for that.
Right, and for those of us who's been around forever with the system, we know where it was before, and those new members that have come on board, pretty much, you're hearing a lot from us, but to really get a clear picture, that we have to bring out to light, and I think we would do that soon, because I definitely want to reach out to the, like I said, I want to reach out to the mayor or the town manager and deputy mayor, and then we're going to follow up on this and put it to rest, so to speak.
All right, let me know.
Fair enough?
Yep, that's great.
All right, sounds good. So let's go around the room. Warden Garcia, you have anything you need to bring up? Any issues, concerns that,
No, I actually don't oversee Willard Sedbolski anymore. That's Warden Tebow. But Deputy Warden Aisha Muckman is covering for her right now. I don't think there's anything in addition to what we've already covered. But thank you for asking, sir.
okay, no problem. Karen, CRCI,
Nope, Carl Robinson's all set.
you guys are all set?
Yep.
Hey, Nick, you have anything that we should know
Yeah, I
about?
just have, hold on. Tim, I have that information from you, with regards to COVID-related death. Well, we've had 12 offenders. We've had 12 offenders that have passed due to COVID-related issues.
Okay.
Besides that, I have no other updates, Nelson.
All
Okay,
right. No staff has deceased, right?
No staff.
Okay,
No, thank God.
great.
that's good to hear.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Fox, you have anything you want to bring up, sir?
Not specifically. DOC continues to be a good partner. I don't believe there have been any issues since we were last together at all that hit upper level radar screens.
Okay. Training, cross-training still going okay?
Yeah, when they have an issue, they'll send us a notice. This is what we're doing. This is where we're going to be. It's really just at the courtesy level, but I certainly do appreciate it when we receive it.
Okay. Ken, you have anything?
Oh, well, sir.
All right. Nancy, how you doing?
Hi, sorry I was late.
That's okay. We were all late. Some worse than others. You have nothing?
Nope, nothing.
All right. Aisha, you have anything?
Hi, I do not.
No. All righty. So, like I said, I want to meet up with the town manager and the deputy mayor. We're gonna follow up on that and see where it takes us. And so we definitely need to just put this behind us and see where we're at with things. Fair enough?
This has been going on for a year, and that's way too long to get something like this resolved. You know, when the safety of the public is concerned, it shouldn't take a year to figure out who's going to do what. So no, I agree, Nelson. That'd be great.
All right, fair enough. Alexa, you have anything?
I do not, but thank you for checking.
Okay. All right. Our next meeting is June 9th at 6 o'clock. As of now, it's on Zoom or on this format. We'd probably like to get that changed to the town. So by the time the next minutes come out, we'll definitely have the location where we're going to meet. All right. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All righty. Thank you, guys. And sorry for the technical difficulty. You guys have a great night.
No problem.